It's got real car pictures though, although this one doesn't seem like a car photo, but I will ignore it. It's done. Whoa, that is very neon, very tropical. I don't regret it. I'm a product manager who likes to design things,
And I'm an engineer who likes to try new toys.
and we're going to try to learn AI together. In this video, we're going to try to build a car shopping site, and the tool that we're going to use today is called Lovable. So let's get to it. All right, simple prompt. Let's see what it does. Like, it's very excited. It's got some very flowery words to describe it, which is very interesting. Oh, look at
Yeah.
that. I'll take inspiration from successful car marketplaces like AutoTrader, Carvana, and Cars.com. Cars.com, we're looking at it on this tab.
What a coincidence. I like
Interesting.
that it has its own design aesthetics that it wants to do. Deep blues with subtle grays and accent colors for the call to action.
Yeah,
Very
that's,
cool.
that's very interesting. And it went straight into building, so I guess it doesn't really need us to say anything about it. It has everything it needs to start the work.
Yeah, it's like, don't worry, bro, I got you. And runs with the idea.
I don't know if you noticed this, but the first things it says is a lot about the UI. So it's telling you like the features are eye-catching, simple navigation system, and then it talks about the design aesthetic. Like it's very much geared towards people who are trying to go for like a UX or UI experience first.
That's a really good point. Yeah, it doesn't really mention about the features at all. And it's really focused on the UI aspect.
Yeah, it doesn't ask you whether you want authentication or a dashboard or anything like that. It just says this is what it's going to look like. And I even like the whole I'll take inspiration actually is very interesting because I don't think I've seen I don't think I expected it to tell me I'm gonna look at other websites that I know about and then basically copy it.
Yeah, I think it's good that you pick something that's popular, so it's able to pull some inspiration by all of these. I feel like if we had built something that didn't have as many inspirations, I'm curious how it would even handle that, if it would ask you any questions or just sort of try to make it up on the fly.
It's a designer personality kind of thing.
Bubbly,
Yeah.
could see that. I mean, it's in the name, right? Lovable. It's trying
Mm.
to be like personable. I feel like their color schema could have been, I don't know, more colors, considering like their logo is already so colorful.
That's an interesting comment. I actually think it's better to not be colorful so that the website itself can take your attention. Like if the like for me, like if the UI is like very colorful, then it's distracting.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Taking a while.
What are doing with their lives?
Waiting for AI to build. Yeah, it's an interesting. I feel like if you had unlimited resources and money and you were trying to build a service that would compete with Lovable or Bolt, what would you imagine that look like? Like, what's your most ideal AI builder?
I think the only thing that's like coming up is having it. Okay, it's done, but it looks like there's issues to build unsuccessful. So okay, so let's just see what it came up with. It said car shopping website has been created. What's next? You can tweak the design, use chat mode to plan, transfer to GitHub, and then save stuff and connect it to Supabase. But the build is unsuccessful. Wow.
The error should be able to fix it. I'm a little sad that it's still broken its first try, but I'm a little optimistic this time.
So back to your question. I think the okay. It looks like it's done. Whoa!
Hey,
Oh, hey.
oh,
Okay. I think we got something now. Whew.
we finally got something.
This
Yes.
made me nervous. All right. So we have cars.com on the right, and then we have our website. So it's not a one for one copy, which I'm really glad. Um,
Yeah.
some different. It's got real car pictures though, although this one doesn't seem like a car photo, but I uh, I will ignore it. So my initial take is that it's a pretty decent first attempt at the landing page, I mean, it's pretty clean. Like if you even compare against cars.com, cars.com has got a pretty clean aesthetic, and it's very visual. But what do you think about it?
Yeah, so far it's pretty good. It's drawn inspiration from all these other websites, and I can totally see that. Like the, hero banner has the search, and we got different swim lanes with featured cars and new arrivals, which totally makes sense to me. I will say I do like the color scheme really well, but compared to the other tools, some of the images are a little more off than I would like. But though that's very small. But I think like this is a workable uh first try. So I think this is really great. Like I'm liking the aesthetics so far and all the details that it knew, like the mileage, the gas or electric or hybrid type and the colors. So like just having this as like a beginning state and being able to tweak this design is pretty cool because now you don't have to start from scratch. You can start from this, first revision, and now you can tweak it however you like it.
Okay, you said tweak and refine. Let's do that. Let's figure out what we want to change. What would you do to change uh, what you see right here?
I don't shop for cars, so I don't really know. Maybe this is something that would be better posed to you.
Okay, let's just do a comparison with cars.com. Maybe we just draw some inspiration here. I like the popular categories. So maybe we do something like that. Actually, why don't we do this? Why don't we actually say, hey, can you do something like this? Can you add a popular categories section to this page? Just see what happens. I was gonna try to figure out how to describe it, like some visual way of like jumping into different sections without having to use drop downs.
Mhm.
Then I just realized I can just copy or take a screenshot.
I think it's a great strategy. Just being able to screenshot and be like, hey, I want something just like this. Can you add it?
Featured electric vehicles. Okay, I guess that's fair. But I was hoping it would understand that it's only showing electric vehicles because electric is selected, but whatever, it's fine.
It does tell you that the underlying model does not really comprehend the image as well as we hoped it to.
Hmm.
Because I'm sure if you had fed this to like ChatGPT or Claude and asked them like, what's going on here? Can you describe this photo? It would be able to kind of understand, oh, these are different categories. The one that's selected right now is electric and display these tiles. And then, because it can understand that context really well, if you had asked it to build something like that, I'm sure Claude or ChatGPT would be able to rebuild something exactly like that.
That's a good point. But let's see how it did it. So I added it, horizontal scoring category buttons, grid of electric vehicle cards. Okay, it's very literal, but it's okay. So yeah, popular categories. Yeah, it did a pretty good job. I mean, yep.
Well, unless
Cop-
it did actually copy the other stuff that you had. It looks almost exactly like it.
yeah, it did. Do you think it figured out the logic behind some of these buttons though?
Hmm, it's a good point. What happens if you click on shop now?
Yeah, nothing happens. That's
Huh.
okay. So we have popular categories. One thing we didn't really talk about is like the fact that it suggested a design aesthetic, but maybe the design aesthetic is not what I like. So maybe I could say, let's change the color aesthetic to something, I'm gonna go crazy, more tropical and neon. I
Ooh,
just want to see how it handles that because it's easy to create a website that has a lot of blues and grays. But can you make it still good with neons and tropical colors?
I wonder if it's gonna look like some 90s website with flashing graphics.
That's actually not a bad prompt either. Make it look like it's a website from the 90s, but it's not. I'm actually curious to see if it just changes the colors, which I guess we can see. Oh, yeah, it's making everything. Is it just writing everything from scratch?
It seems like it. It doesn't seem like it's editing in files, so maybe it has to replace everything, all the code, I mean.
Oh, there's animations that I didn't even get to try.
Apparently there is. Or it may be new, I'm not sure.
What was the animations for? Can you tell? It says accordion up and accordion down. What is that? What was the accordion?
That might be like some kind of drop down or some kind of menu.
This is all the search stuff. Okay. Wow. Electric car card. It actually is like over indexing on the whole electric car thing.
It really wants to copy exactly what you put.
This is taking a little longer than expected just to change colors.
Yeah, it seems to be rewriting everything from scratch, unfortunately.
It's done. Oh, that is very neon, very tropical. I don't regret it. I don't regret anything. Does anything work? Let me see.
That's a great question. Did it spend all that time just building the UI, or did it actually have some kind of functionality to any of this? Nope, that does not work. What about the filter?
Oh, that's still not working.
No.
Sort by view
Hmm.
details. Oh, view details. Perfect.
Okay. That I like that. It's not a Honda CRV, but
Oh, you, you,
uh,
you don't realize the Honda CRVs look like this now?
oh, they upgraded to be a little
Yes.
bit flatter.
Yeah, it's the sporty version in 2021.
I've been out of the game for so long. I do
Uh-huh.
like this page. It does give me that feel of like a car website.
Yes, I agree. Oh, this part works too, sort of. Add to cart. I like add to cart. Can I add multiple cars to my cart? I can't. It doesn't work. Save? Nope, doesn't work. Share?
Hmm.
Okay, I mean it's fine. It works to a certain extent. But actually,
It's,
let's tweak this page a little bit more. Was there anything on this page that you were like thinking that you wanted to do something different?
I don't know. I think again, my weakness is I don't have any experience of really buying cars.
Let's do this then. Let's say I'm just gonna copy it actually. Actually, let me, since we already did the copy thing, let's just do add a suggested next steps section to this page with uh, get an instant offer, CTA, a form for contacting the seller, and a CTA for getting pre-qualified. I don't want to test out the same thing of like copying a UI. I just want to see what happens if you just ask it to make features.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea too. Doing it differently, letting it imagine itself.
You know what I don't like is how inconsistent the UI is. Like there's a picture and then there's no picture. Like things are
Yeah, it seems to
broken.
be, and some images are spot on, and other images you're just like, what?
Oh, what is going on? Am I supposed to click this?
Sure.
Oh no. What? I didn't think that was a thing that I was prompting it to do. Well, while it's doing that, let's figure out what it actually did.
Where did you put it?
None of those. I actually
Oh,
don't know how to get to. Oh, here. It's down here. Okay. Okay. It did it.
okay.
It actually did it. Okay. Okay. It put
Just
it down
not.
there. Yeah, that's fair. It did a pretty good job in terms of like one following the aesthetic, two doing what I suggested, pre-filled the form with some like helper text and everything like that. So yeah, I mean, not bad.
Definitely following the neon colors that you had requested earlier.
You know what? I like that it used different colors for like each box. Like it was just like,
Yeah,
all right, let's follow your aesthetic all the way through. Um, so while it's refactoring, which I don't think is going to matter to us, what is your reaction to this?
it definitely had a good starting point, and tweaking it did do exactly what you asked it to do. Though I would say the speed is a little slower than what I've seen with other tools. So I can't fault it too much on Lovable, but I would say I wish it was a little bit more interactive and that they ask you a couple questions before it started running with things because it does take a really long time to build things. Not that it's the slowest, because Replit probably takes a lot longer, but at least Replit will say like, do you want to add authentication, database, and all these other things that you want to add to this before I start going.
Yeah, I think there's something here about how different tools can be used for different types of app design workflows. Maybe like this one is more designed for people who are just focused on like the UX and UI because I think even in the initial response it was very heavily indexed towards like how it's going to look, the colors, the animations, the typography, which I think it did a pretty decent job except for some of like the broken thumbnails, but it didn't get too deep into like the actual functionality and it didn't build out a lot of pages, which is fine. I think it's good to see what it's strong at and what it's not good at. So yeah, it's a interesting experience, but definitely different. Even though like a lot of these tools are just like chat-based things that you throw prompts at, they all kind of work so differently that when you press send, you actually can't predict what it's going to do next if you're in different tools.
Very true. And that's why I recommend people try all of these tools themselves because it really is different, even though they're all, the same wrappers.
All right, I think that's it for our initial tryout with Lovable.
We're just a PM and an engineer trying to figure out AI. If you're on the same path, subscribe and learn with us.